Alright, y'all, welcome back to another one. Today we about to be reacting to another Cosgrove. We got I guess you learn something new every day. Before we get into the video, make sure y'all hit the noti and subscribe. Let's go ahead and check this out. And y'all let me know how y'all day going.
I know as of lately, I've been doing a lot of conspiracy type videos, which are definitely fun to make, but for today, let's dive into some cold hard facts, just to mix it up a little bit. If that sounds good to you, then stick around and enjoy the video. When it comes to the Toronto Raptors, their fans never hesitate to let us know how proud they are of their geographic location, We the North. We see the slogan virtually everywhere when we tune in to a Raptors game, whether it's on a t-shirt or even the court itself. Once again, you can tell that they're very proud of the self-proclaimed slogan, but I'ma respectfully give them a reality check. You see, if we were to take an overview look at the map, Portland is more geographically north than Toronto, which means that the Trailblazers actually deserve that title. In fact, after the Blazers beat the Raptors in a regular season game in late 2014, they took the time to point this out. Quote, "Technically, we the North too." Also, the Minnesota Timberwolves decided to rain on their parade as well. Quote, "Oh, so you're just gonna forget about us?" And let's not forget that the Seattle Supersonics and the Vancouver Grizzlies would have also easily qualified if they were still in existence. So it's crazy to think
they should have kept Seattle.
The Toronto Raptors were just the 5th most northern team in the NBA. But at least they are still the most northern team in the Eastern Conference, just barely beating out Milwaukee. So they should probably consider changing their slogan to We the Northeast. I don't know about you guys, but I find this to be a very interesting misconception. We all know that Mark Cuban says a lot of things that sometimes get him into trouble, but this particular punishment might have been the most unusual. Back in 2002, Cuban had some harsh words for Ed Rush, who was the NBA director of officiating at the time. Quote, "Ed Rush might have been a great ref, but he wouldn't even be able to manage a Dairy Queen." Now here's where things get interesting. Dairy Queen was apparently offended by this, so subsequently they invited Cuban to manage an actual Dairy Queen for one day. And of course, he did not back down and went ahead and accepted the challenge and worked for a whole day at a Dairy Queen.
What? Dude really went?
We're now officially open for business. I'm working a couple hours, but we are paying him $8 an hour.
Mark, how do you explain all this?
I have no idea. Those people have jobs.
There was a massive line outside the restaurant. It was complete pandemonium, but he ultimately fulfilled his duty like a champ and lasted the entire day. He said it was a great experience and he was glad he did it.
I got fined $500,000 for saying the guy who ran the officiating group couldn't run a Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen would come back and say, "How can you insult us like that? You couldn't manage a Dairy Queen," and we challenged you.
I'm pretty sure you got some ice cream out of that.
Traffic jams and a line 1.5 miles long for me to serve him ice cream, and then there was helicopters up above. It just turned into a circus that took on a life of its own.
It's no secret that Twitter is one of the most popular social media platforms out there. There are millions of active users on it every day, and they have one of the most recognizable logos of all time. But do people even know that the blue Twitter bird actually has a name? Which happens to be Larry the Bird. Now, any wild guesses as to whom it is named after? Well, all you have to do is take away the, and you'll get the answer. That's right, the blue bird is called Larry the Bird as a tribute to the NBA legend Larry Bird. And that's because one of the co-founders of Twitter, Biz Stone, is from Boston.
Do you know for whom it's named? The Twitter Bluebird. No one knew.
I do not.
So of course, they turned to Google.
Google says it's Larry Bird.
See?
Wow.
They were surprised the Bluebird is in honor of Pacers Larry Bird. The co-founder of Twitter is from Boston, where Bird was king with the Celtics.
Now it all makes sense. Who knew that after all this time, Larry Bird had an interesting connection to Twitter? When I was growing up, I would always argue to my friends that basketball is without a doubt the greatest sport on earth. And one of my main points, I would say, is because it's the most fast-paced sport there is. Just think about it. Pretty much in every other
like how you show
sport,
my boy
they
Westbrook.
stop and celebrate after every score. Football,
Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
baseball,
Alex drives one deep to left field.
soccer, hockey,
Open shot, score!
I think it's gonna be different for everybody. So I don't know. Me, I like football, but basketball too. I don't know. They like it's like right there. I don't know. I got basketball and football. I play football. I ain't play basketball, but I enjoy
you name
watching
it.
both.
But basketball, on the other hand, they don't waste any time getting to the next possession. Just that alone makes basketball so much better to watch. But did you know that
Yeah.
it wasn't always like that? They actually used to have a jump ball
'Cause
after
I
every
guess you
major
get to play both. Because your star player playing both
basket,
sides and
no
defense.
matter
I like
what.
to see that back
Prior
and
to
forth action.
1938, a jump ball would take place after every single field goal was scored. But then they started to realize that having a jump ball situation after every goal slowed the game down considerably. So in 1938, the rule changed so that the team that was just scored on would receive possession of the ball in an attempt to make the game more fluid. They implemented a system
That
where
would be
a
ugly
jump
now.
ball would only
That'd be
happen
probably a
at the
disadvantage
beginning of the
sometimes,
game
too.
and/or when the referees can't agree on a call. And thank God they did, because the final few minutes of the game is already dreadfully long enough.
And we just brought a great game to a grinding halt for a 12-minute review. What NBA fan wants that? No one. If the game's for the fans, can we please speed it up?
So imagine a jump ball after every basket on top of that. That would get pretty annoying very quickly. Plus, the fact that
Yeah,
the
that'd
team
get-
with the taller
nobody would
or
like
more
that.
gifted jumper would have the advantage every time. So I'm glad they got rid of that. Just the other day, I randomly came across something kinda surprising. Did you know that Dikembe Mutombo was an all-star as a rookie? That's pretty crazy in and of itself, but what's even crazier is the fact that despite him being an all-star as a rookie, he actually did not win the Rookie of the Year award. That went to Larry Johnson. How in the world can you be good enough as a rookie to make the All-Star team, but not be good enough to win Rookie of the Year? And perhaps the most confusing part is the fact that Larry Johnson, who once again was the player who stole the award
What's
from him,
what's his
didn't
numbers?
even make the All-Star team himself. The same thing happened with Yao Ming and Amari Stoudemire. In fact, though it's now relatively rare, believe it or not, there actually is a rich history of rookies to make the All-Star team. A whopping 45 rookies to be exact, dating all the way back to 1951. And out of those 45 rookie All-Stars, 16 of
three.
them actually did not end up winning the Rookie of the Year. Once again, it's crazy that just because you happen to be an All-Star your rookie year doesn't guarantee you the Rookie of the Year award like you think it would, even if the player who ended up winning it over you wasn't even an All-Star themselves. Now only the
Maybe depending on, I guess, it probably depends on the position too. Maybe he was good for his position and he was better than most of the other centers to still make it. But the other rookies still could have better numbers.
hardcore
Larry could have had better
Trailblazers
numbers.
fans might have noticed this minor detail.
Because he still could have had some good
or
numbers
lack
to make it for the
thereof.
All-Star game for the
many
center
years,
position.
It always kind of bothered me that the Blazers jerseys never ever had the word trail on them. I've always wondered why, and I think it'll be pretty cool to include it one of these days. Throughout the years, dating all the way back to 1970, they've always seemed to just have the word Blazers on their uniform. Trust me, I've tried looking for anything with trail on it, but I didn't have any luck. So I believe Portland is the only team in history to not have their full entire name on their jerseys. Sure, we've seen some other teams use abbreviations themselves, like the Wolves, Cats, Cavs, and Mavs. But obviously all of them have also displayed their full name as well. Hell, even the Sixers have had 70 on one of their jerseys, for crying out loud. Okay, maybe the Supersonics are the only other team to not ever put their entire name on theirs, but still, it drives me crazy because as a Blazers fan myself, I would love to see our entire name on our jerseys. And if the problem is that putting Trailblazers might be a little too long, then just stack them on top of each other or something. That definitely works for me. Alright guys, so I hope you learned something new today, which was just something at the end just for you. Let me know if you enjoyed the video down in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to like. They just probably don't like that. They probably just don't like Trailblazers. They don't want the trail in there. I can see because that would have been too big for them. Blazers cool anyway just to have that. You don't have to make it too difficult. But hey, make sure y'all like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.